Well, hello everybody. I am Dean the Turkey Legster. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to this surprise bonus extra special edition of Once Upon a Turkey Leg. If you could tell from the thumbnail, I am here to read a story, to read for you um, some stories. Normally this is on Thursday. It's normally every other Thursday. This Thursday was supposed to be an off Thursday, but um, I saw this afternoon. I saw a couple posts on Instagram reminding it reminded me that today it's the 20-year anniversary for Disney Pixar's Cars. So 20 years ago today, Cars came out, was released, and I thought it would be fun to go live to read Cars. Um, so hello, let me say hello to everyone in the live chat. Dave Stragan, hello, welcome in. Lyle, welcome in. I am Lyle. Hello. Tina McNeil, hello Tina. And hello Chuck as well. Oh, today is also Donald Duck's birthday. That's right, Lyle. So happy birthday to Donald Duck. Gloria Thibodeau, hello. Hello, Miss Gloria Thibodeau. Great to see you in the chat. You have been in my thoughts and prayers. You continue to be in my thoughts and prayers. It's so great to see you in the chat. I hope you enjoy tonight's stories, especially Angie C. Hello. Good evening. Good to see you. Um, all right. So yeah, I thought I had more Cars stories in my library. As it turns out, I only have the original Cars and Cars 2. So I'm going to read those two stories, and I'm going to have to look again because um, I thought I had some other Cars stories, but I have enough. I have the two that I usually do to read. So anyway, I'm going to go right ahead and I'm not going to waste any time reading the stories. Um, but before I do, if you're watching this on the replay, take a moment to leave a comment. And if you're watching and you are not subscribed to the channel, it's totally free. You are warmly invited to do so. And if you're watching and and you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Sit back, enjoy. Let us read Disney Pixar's Cars. Welcome in, everybody. Enjoy the stories. It was the biggest race of the year, the Dynaco 400. The winner would take home the Piston Cup. The flag dropped, and rookie race car Lightning McQueen roared onto the track. Lightning quickly took the lead, but he made a big mistake. He refused to let his pit crew change his tires. As he entered the last lap, his tires blew out. Oh no. Oh no. Lightning limped across the Finish line, excuse me. He was not alone. It was a three-way tie with Chick Hicks and the King. A tiebreaker would be held in California in count 'em, 1 week. Lightning and his driver, Mac, took off for California. Lightning soon fell asleep. When he woke up, he was in the middle of traffic on a strange highway. Mac was nowhere to be found. Uh, what's this? Hi, Mom. Oh my goodness, thank you, Mom, for becoming a member of the channel. Welcome to the Gobble Crew, Mom. Great to have you. Hi from the other room. Oh boy. And if you all would like to become a member, of course, I greatly appreciate it. It's not required, um, but very much appreciated. So thank you, Mom, and hello and welcome. Oh boy. Chris Curtis family, hello, welcome in. So, as we were, Lightning headed, so Mac was nowhere to be found. Lightning headed down an exit ramp, completely lost. Suddenly, he heard a sheriff's cruiser chasing him. Lightning raced away. As he tried to escape, he swerved and crashed through a fence. The race car ended up dangling from some telephone wires. "You're in a heap of trouble," Sheriff said. Oh no. Oh dear. Lightning woke up the next morning in a town called Radiator Springs. Mater, the tow truck, brought him to traffic court. Everyone in the sleepy town was there. Lightning's driving the night before had ruined the road, and they wanted justice. The judge was an old car named Doc Hudson. When he found out that Lightning was a race car, he told him to leave the town. Go. But the town lawyer, a Porsche named Sally, disagreed. She wanted Lightning to fix the road he had ruined. Doc hesitantly agreed. Annie Coog, welcome in. Great to see you. Hope you're doing well. Ooh, making dinner. Making dinner, yummy, yummy. Hope it's something yummy. I'm sure it is. I had pizza for dinner. Gloria, well, thank you for becoming a member. Welcome to the Gobble Crew, Gloria. Welcome in. Welcome. Love it, love it, love it. Lightning unhappily fixed the road, but he did not do a good job. When Doc ordered him to redo it, Lightning refused. He needed to get to California. Doc challenged him to a race. If you win, you go. If I win, you do the road my way. Lightning agreed. He was sure he could beat the old car. But on a sharp left turn, Lightning lost control. He skidded off the road and plunged over the edge of a cliff into a cactus patch. There he goes. Just a little too much ka-chow for our little lightning bug race car. Lightning wasn't happy about fixing the road, but a bet was a bet. He got to work, slowly and carefully this time. When the cars awoke the next morning, they saw Mater driving in circles on a section of perfectly smooth road. But where was the race car? Doc and Sheriff found Lightning practicing his turns, but he kept losing control on the same sharp left. This is dirt, Doc said. If you're going hard enough left, you'll find yourself turning right. Lightning laughed at him. What did Doc know about racing? Cherie, surfer girl, welcome in. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. Welcome, welcome. The next morning, while Lightning waited for his daily gas ration, he wandered into Doc's shop. Suddenly, he noticed something on a shelf. A piston cup. Then he saw two more. Lightning couldn't believe it. Doc Hudson was the Hudson Hornet, a racing legend. Later that afternoon, Lightning ran into Sally. Come on, let's take a drive, she suggested. Oh, this is Lightning in the shop, in the where he just was. Sally took Lightning to see the Wheel Well Motel. It was her favorite place in town. Sally explained that Radiator Springs had once been a busy town, but no one had visited since the interstate had been built. Now everyone just went around the town on their way to somewhere else. Aw. It's sad. Later that day, Lightning saw Doc roaring around the dirt racetrack. You're amazing, Lightning told Doc, but Doc just sped off. Lightning followed Doc to his office. How could a car like you quit at the top of your game? He asked. Doc showed Lightning a newspaper article about a wreck he had been in. After he was fixed, he wanted to return to racing, but he had been replaced by a rookie like Lightning. The next morning, Lightning finished fixing the road. He was free to go, but he wasn't ready. First, Lightning stopped by each store in town. He filled up at Fillmore's Organic Fuel, tried out night vision goggles at Sarge's Surplus Hut, at Sarge's Surplus Hut, picked out a bumper sticker at Lizzie's Curios shop, bought new tires from Guido and Luigi, and got a new paint job at Ramon's House of Body Art. Finally, it was time for Lightning to head to California. Woohoo! Life is a highway. No one ride it all night long. A few days later, in a packed California stadium, the starting flags dropped. The tiebreaker race for the Piston Cup was on, but Lightning couldn't concentrate. He kept remembering his friends in Radiator Springs. Somehow, winning no longer seemed that important to him. Ooh. Oh, cool, Lyle. Suddenly, Doc's voice came over the radio. I didn't come all this way to see you quit, he said. Lightning looked up and saw all his Radiator Springs friends. Doc was sitting on the crew chief platform. If you can drive as good as you can fix a road, then you can win this race with your eyes shut, Doc said. Lightning revved his engine and got back in the race. Vroom, 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 vroom. He's roaming. Lightning tore around the track. He had fallen behind, but he knew he could catch up. Chick Hicks tried to stop him with some dirty tricks. Oh no. But Lightning remembered what his friends had taught him. He drove backward. He turned right to go left. And when he blew a tire, Guido performed the fastest tire change in history. Ka-chow. Robin, welcome in. I Heart Disney. Hello. Lightning took the lead. Suddenly, Chick rammed the king into a wall. The king flipped. When Lightning saw the king's crumpled body, he remembered Doc's final crash. Lightning screeched to a stop inches from the finish line. He knew the king was planning to retire after this race. He couldn't let the racing legend go out this way. Oh my. Oh, that looks serious. As Chick crossed the finish line, Lightning drove over to the king. What are you doing, kid? Doc asked through the headset. I think the king should finish his last race, Lightning answered as he pushed the king over the finish line. The crowd erupted in cheers. Chick might have won the Piston Cup, but Lightning was the hero of the race. Oh, wow. Soon Lightning returned to Radiator Springs. He found Sally at the old Wheelwell Motel. I thought I'd stop and stay a while, he told her. Sally smiled. Then she turned and sped down the mountain with Lightning close behind. It looked like Lightning had found a new home. And that is the end of our first story, Disney's Cars. And now let me zoom on back to our second story for this evening. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to get another sip of water. Alrighty then. Alright, our second story tonight is Disney Pixar Cars 2. Alright. British secret agent Finn McMissile was on a mission to rescue his friend Leland Turbo. The villain, Professor Z, had captured Leland and was holding him on an oil rig. Finn watched from above as Professor Z and his thugs gathered around a video camera and a metal cube. Where was Leland? As Finn searched the rig, He realized Leland had been crushed into the cube. Oh no. Meanwhile, Lightning McQueen and his friends were celebrating his return to Radiator Springs. Suddenly, Lightning heard his name coming from the TV. An Italian racer named Francesco Bernoulli was challenging him to a big race, the three-city World Grand Prix, hosted by oil tycoon Miles Axelrod. Reluctantly, Lightning agreed to compete. Oh, okay. We're just gonna have a little more good chow time. The first race was in Tokyo. Lightning took his best friend, Mater, to the welcome party. But when Mater leaked oil in front of Miles Axelrod, Lightning was embarrassed. In the bathroom, Mater was poked, prodded, splashed with water by a fancy toilet. Meanwhile, just outside Mater's stall, two of Professor Z's thugs had cornered American secret agent Rod Torque Redline. Torque was supposed to deliver top secret information to Finn and another British agent, Holly Shiftwell. Oh. Whatever you do, I would not go in there, Mater told the thugs as he rolled out of the bathroom stall. Thinking quickly, Torque secretly slipped the spy device on Mater. As Mater left the bathroom, he ran into Holly. She had been tracking Torque's device and thought Mater was the American secret agent. She made plans with Mater to meet later at the race. The next day at the racetrack, Professor Z's thugs pointed their camera at one of the racers. The car's engine blew up. Down in the pit, Mater was also in danger. Professor Z's thugs were after him. Holly contacted him on his headset and gave him directions to get away. Mater recognized her voice from the night before. He thought she wanted a date. Repeating her directions out loud, he took off. Lightning thought Mater was talking to him. He followed Mater's directions and lost the race to Francesco. Oh my. Later, Lightning yelled at Mater. I lost the race because of you. Mater felt horrible. He decided to go home. Leaving a goodbye note for Lightning, he set off for the airport. But Finn and Holly had other plans for Mater. They still thought he was a secret agent. They met him at the airport and whisked him off on a secret mission. Secret mission. When Lightning found Mater's note, he felt terrible. He hadn't meant for his friend to leave. Lightning and his team headed for Italy for the next race. Lightning couldn't stop could not stop thinking about his fight with Mater. He talked it over with his friend Luigi's uncle Topolino. Everybody fights now and then, especially best friends. But you gotta make up fast, Uncle Topolino advised. No fight is more important than friendship. Holly, Finn, and Mater were also in Italy. They had learned from a photo of an engine on the device Torque had planted on Mater that they were after a lemon, a car that didn't work right. Holly disguised Mater so he could sneak into a secret lemon meeting. As Mater lined up with Professor Z and the other lemons, the big boss appeared on a TV screen. His voice was disguised and crackly. Only his engine could be seen. It was the one from the photo. The big boss described his evil plan. He was blowing up cars that use Alanol alternative fuel, the sponsor of the World Grand Prix. Once Alanol was proved to be dangerous, cars would go back to using gasoline. Then the lemons, who owned most of the world's gas, would be rich and powerful. Oh my. Mhm. Ha 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 ha. Outside, the second race was about to begin. Lightning couldn't stop thinking about his fight with Mater. Then he thought about Uncle Topolino's advice. Uncle Topolino was right. Lightning would apologize to Mater as soon as the race was over. The flag dropped and the racers took off. High above the town, Professor Z's thugs were back at their old tricks. They pointed their camera at a race car, making his engine blow up. Oh my! In no time, there was a pileup on the road. Luckily, Lightning crossed the finish line and won. But when he announced that he'd still use Alanol in the final race, the big boss grew upset. He ordered the lemons to get rid of Lightning. Oh no, my goodness. Hello, retired kinder teacher. Welcome in. Great to have you in. Happy Tuesday. Before they could stop the big boss's plan, Finn, Holly, and Mater were carnapped by the lemons. The thugs tied them up inside the big Bentley clock in London. Then they told Mater they'd put a bomb inside Lightning's pit at the final race. Oh no! After the lemons left, Mater escaped his ropes. He raced off to save his best friend. Oh my. Laura Jam, welcome in, Laura. Great to have you. Happy Happy Tuesday. Or Wednesday. You might be in Wednesday already. So happy Wednesday or Tuesday. Um, Wherever you are in the timeline. Soon Holly and Finn also escaped. They had discovered that the lemons had actually planted the bomb on Mater. Finn warned the tow truck, who had already reached the pit. "Stay away, Mater," told Lightning. But Lightning was so happy to see Mater that he didn't listen. He zoomed after his best friend. Ah. Out on the street, Finn and Holly captured Professor Z and the lemons. When Mater caught up to them, the secret agents told Professor Z to disarm the bomb. But he couldn't. Only the car that activated the bomb could shut it down. Guido tried to remove the bomb, but the bolts were too tight. Suddenly, Mater realized who the big boss was. Oh. The cars dashed back to Buckingham Palace, where Miles Axelrod was meeting with the Queen. Mater announced that Axelrod was the big boss. He had dripped oil in Tokyo, not Mater. Oh, he had dripped oil in Tokyo, not Mater. At the last minute, Axelrod admitted the truth and stopped the bomb from exploding. The Queen thanked Mater by making him a knight. Lightning was very proud of his friend. Days later, Lightning held a Radiator Springs Grand Prix for all the international race cars. The whole town showed up for the race. Even Mater's new friends, Holly and Finn, went to watch. When the secret agents invited Mater on their next mission, he politely turned them down. He knew he was where he belonged, beside his best friend. Aww. And that was the end of our second story on the stream tonight. Hope you all enjoyed that. That was Cars 2. Not as familiar with that as the first Cars. I've seen the first Cars a few times, but the Cars 2 I only seen once. And Cars 3 also I think I've only seen once, possibly twice. But the first one I've seen probably 5 or 6 times. Um, but anyway, all right, guys. Well, that is the show for tonight. Cars, happy 20th anniversary to Cars. Also, a happy birthday to Donald Duck. I'll have to do a Donald Duck show. I'm sure I've got stories that feature Donald Duck, so I'll have to do a Donald Duck themed story show here in a couple weeks. Next week's show will be on Thursday, and it's going to be Christmas stories because it's halfway to Christmas. I'm looking forward to that, so I hope you'll come back. That is coming up on Thursday, the 18th, Thursday of next week. So Thursday, June the 18th. So thank you all for coming in. Have a great rest of your evening. I hope you enjoyed Once Upon a Turkey Leg tonight as much as I enjoyed reading for you. I hope you have a great rest of your week ahead. And Thank you all for watching live, watching the replay. Thank you to the new members. Welcome, welcome, and welcome to those of you who have been members. Also for your continued support. And all right, guys, have a gobble-tastic evening. I'll see you next time right here on Once Upon a Turkey Leg.